Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another Doctor Who video. Now, I will note my voice is relatively quiet compared to normal because it's 2 in the morning and I don't want to wake up any of my housemates. But while I've got a spare minute, I thought I'd bring you some Doctor Who news because there's quite a lot of stuff that's happened this week and we've just had some exciting new photos of the Doctor Who Christmas special for 2023, which is under a month away now, so very exciting stuff. But yeah, first up, we'll start with this article from, I think, just under a week ago, where the legend that is Tom Baker talked to a newspaper about 60 years of Doctor Who, 60 years in the TARDIS, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, there's a lot to get through. There's possible spin-off rumours, there's Christmas stuff, but yeah, we'll start with the wonderful Tom Baker. So, Tom Baker says, "Nobody failed as Doctor Who. I certainly didn't." Tom Baker reflects on 60 years of trips in the TARDIS. Now, the full article will be linked in the description, because, yeah, it's a very interesting read, and we're only going to read a couple of snippets here. But yeah, Tom Baker's eyes are wide. Tom Baker's eyes are often wide. "Oh," he exclaims, gazing at my phone, reading glasses perched on his nose. "Is this the next Doctor Who?" So, yeah, obviously they're showing him a picture of Ncuti Gatwa. From this interview, you kind of get the impression that Tom Baker doesn't keep up with Doctor Who at all, which you can never tell with Tom Baker. Don't get me wrong, he's a legend, he's an icon, but he does waffle a lot. Like, I remember there was this story he was saying about he used to go into the BBC studios and sleep on the TARDIS set, which I'm not going to say it didn't happen, because who knows, maybe it did, but I think, yeah, he loves telling stories. But yeah, he takes his first sight of his successor, Ncuti Gatwa, in navy pinstripe. Ncuti Gatwa in an orange jumper and butterscotch tartan coat. Ncuti Gatwa in frills and breeches. "A handsome young man," he whistles. "Marvellous cheekbones. Those things are important as you get near death." It's so doctory. I think if there was ever a man that is just the Doctor, it is Tom Baker. Like, the whole quirkiness and strangeness, and just the way he says that, like, "Oh yeah, you need cheekbones when you're near death." That's pretty funny. I love the quote where Tom Baker says Tom Baker decides when Tom Baker dies, and part of me believes that. "The 60th anniversary," he muses, apparently unaware that Doctor Who has reached this landmark, despite agreeing to our interview and photo shoot to celebrate it. So yeah, it's one of those Tom Baker things where I think it's kind of Patrick Troughton-esque in that he pretends he doesn't really know what's going on, despite actually being quite knowledgeable on the topic. "And is it still a huge success?" asks Tom Baker. "Yes." "Will they play all the old stuff too?" "Oh yes, on iPlayer, all the time." He says, "Nobody's failed Doctor Who, have they?" Now, there's a mischievous glint in his eye. "Well, we mustn't be ungenerous to anyone, but certainly I didn't." And yeah, he does think highly of himself, but to be fair, he's Tom Baker, he's the Doctor. Anyone in that position would probably somewhat think highly of themselves. Then we get this lovely photo from Tom Baker here. He just, yeah, it's such a shame that he didn't come back for Tales of the TARDIS, or, I mean, we'll read it in a minute, but talking about the 60th anniversary, it's very likely he's not in it. I mean, at the moment, it seems like there's not going to be any multi-Doctor stuff in the 60th, which I suppose it's kind of a shame, but also I'm loving Tennant and Tate, so it does make sense not to overcrowd the story for the sake of it. But yeah, I wish he came back for Power of the Doctor as one of the Guardians of the Edge. Just seeing him in that scarf there, it's so iconic. Any leaks or rumours about Tom Baker coming back, he shuts down immediately. A 60th anniversary reunion with his fellow Doctors is not on the cards. "I avoid them, you know. Not with any malice. A degree of contempt, perhaps." The interviewer then goes on to point out that a bunch of other actors from different things, they all meet up, so why don't the Doctors? That would be quite fun, but unthinkable. "Fancy being around a table with old Doctor Who's. Though I'd quite like to walk into a restaurant and find 12 of them around the table. I'd enjoy doing the double take, as I desperately try to remember who they were. I could keep that going for hours. Oh, I can feel the malice rising." So yeah, I think this has always been the case. I mean, Tom Baker didn't come back for the 5 Doctors, and it is kind of a miracle that he came back for the 50th. He didn't even do Dimensions in Time, which was like a charity thing. I think, yeah, the part of the Doctor means so much to him, he doesn't want to share it with anyone, and he's so eccentric and quite frankly strange in a good way that, yeah, it's never going to be on the cards, which is a shame because we'll probably never get him back in Doctor Who, but at least we got him in the 50th. I mean, that was great. As I say, the full article is linked in the description, so go and give it a read if you want. It's very, very interesting. But here we go. Christmas special. Ncuti Gatwa's first proper full episode, because for all we know, he might pop up sometime in the 60th. I think it's kind of likely. I'm kind of crossing my fingers for Wild Blue Yonder we get Ncuti back. That would be so cool. But yeah, brand new images released of Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson in the upcoming #Doctor Who special, The Church on Ruby Road. So I know we've kind of already had it confirmed because of the Disney leak, but yeah, the Christmas special, Church on Ruby Road. It's going to be the introduction of Ruby Sunday, the new companion, and the 15th Doctor. On Christmas Day, Ncuti Gatwa will take control of the TARDIS as the 15th Doctor in his first epic adventure, following Doctor Who's anniversary celebrations. Then we get this lovely photo of the new Doctor and companion back to back. I think they've probably been tied to that pole, and it doesn't look very modern. It looks quite old, unless maybe they're in the church. I don't know, maybe there's a bunch of time travel shenanigans going on, or they're underground. It's kind of giving underground vibes. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's exciting. Then we've got this photo of the 15th Doctor in the snow. It's so Christmassy, I can't wait. Then we've got him crying in this graveyard. I mean, it's his first episode and he's already reacting like this. God knows what's happened, but whatever it is, it's probably quite sad. Now, Charlotte Moore, BBC's Chief Content Officer, says this year's Christmas lineup on the BBC is an extravaganza of must-watch shows. Join us as we welcome a brand new Doctor and wave goodbye to our beloved sitcom ghosts, alongside a spectacular range of entertainment, drama, comedy and factual programming across the festive fortnight. It's essential viewing as we bring friends and families together across the UK. So yeah, some really cool promo images there. We still don't technically have a plot synopsis, but if you've read the Reddit leak, you can kind of guess where the episode's going. I mean, some articles have been saying that Bonnie Langford is confirmed for this episode, along with Davina McCall, who makes a cameo as herself, presumably on Long Lost Families, which that's pretty exciting. And just a little piece of news here, Russell T Davies is in the new TARDIS set with this interviewer guy. First look and date confirmed for BBC documentary Russell T Davies, Doctor Who and Me. So yeah, this is a more behind the scenesy type thing. We've already got Doctor Who Unleashed for all that, but yeah, I think this is specifically discussing Russell's upbringing, his life and what's led him to write Doctor Who today. Really exciting stuff. Then next quick burst of news. I know there's a lot to get through today, so apologies, but yeah, ratings. A strong return for Doctor Who, becoming the biggest drama launch of 2023 and beating I'm a Celeb. Now, the viewing figures that Doctor Who got were only about 5 million, which doesn't sound like much, but when you actually put it into context, it's the biggest drama launch of this year. The real figure and the real interesting viewing figure stuff will come after the 7-day catch-up. And then finally, this weird little discussion. It's coming from the Mirror, so it could be true, it could be wrong. The Mirror have previously reported quite a lot of accurate things for Doctor Who, so I'm not immediately dispelling this, and as you can see here, it's being promoted by TV Zone and a bunch of other publications, but if you missed it, reports of a new Doctor Who spin-off are in development. The War Between the Land and the Sea, featuring the Sea Devils. Now, just as this leak was coming out, BBC and Bad Wolf did set up a little subsidiary company thing, whatever it's called, that has a similar name to this. It might have been The War Between or something, which does imply that this is real, but that's a really bizarre spin-off to start with for this new Whoniverse era. That's not to say it's bad. I love the Sea Devils and Silurians, and I have said for so long that I would pitch an episode of Doctor Who where you go back in time and see the Sea Devils versus the Silurians. But giving them their own, mini-series, that's quite funky. You can do a lot of experimental stuff with it, whether it's going to be live-action, animated, might work best for this sort of thing, just because the prosthetics are quite expensive, I'd imagine. But yeah, I'd be excited to see that as a spin-off. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. It really helps me out a lot. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.